Keep farting. Ah, is it? I know it, and I walk too.
Tony, can you text me if you can hear now? Okay, it's fixed.
Okay, so where do we leave off?
Well, I would be in favor of filling the vacancy and then moving forward with having the board go down to 9 in 2027.
I don't have any problem filling the vacancy either. I mean, it doesn't help, I guess it would help their, instead of having 12, they have 11, so then they only need 6 for a quorum instead of 7, right? Or just, yeah. So it would help them on the, it would help them on the quorum. I don't know whether do they have someone chomping at the bit. My question is more on the process. How would it work? Because these are all elected positions. Does just the people the vacancies that are up, that would be 3, 2R and 1U that are up.
2R and 1U.
So everyone else stays as is. If we go down to 9, or how does that work? Do we just, because if 3 people are up and we're going to go from 12 to 9,
4 people will be up in 27. The Democrat that is
oh,
going
the vacancy,
the
yeah.
vacancy.
So does that mean we only we leave the current makeup of the people that are in and just take the 3 that are running and only allow 1 of the 3 to be on? Right?
Well, there are several ways that
Yeah, to
several
me,
permutations.
we're eliminating 2 Republican seats just because we're going from 12 to, you know what I mean?
You're eliminating 2 Republican seats because you have too many Republicans on the board as it is.
It's not me. It's the way the people voted.
I understand that. But in order to keep minority representation, it would need to be balanced back out.
And this is something that's your initiative, or this is something that certain members of the library board have approached you on to make it smaller?
Both.
And we have how many on the Board of Ed?
9.
And so while we're at it, why don't we make the Board of Ed smaller? I mean,
I'm not going to comment on that.
is 9 cumbersome as a board? I don't know.
My thought is,
So-
is just, to add is that if we do have people that are willing to volunteer and serve on these boards, that we should fill the vacancy, at least until the term is up. Just my opinion.
I don't have an opinion at the moment. I have to think about it a little bit more.
Okay, then we'll move on off of this.
No.
All right. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is to discuss an organizational realignment. As many people know, our highway superintendent is going to retire. So I have a proposal that I would like to put in front of the Board of Selectmen as to how to reshape and realign what we're doing. And that alignment is to create a single superintendent of public services. And that single superintendent would be responsible for the public works responsibilities and the WPCA responsibilities. We would also have some changes in terms of a new position called a reporting coordinator. That reporting coordinator would take a lot of the reporting responsibilities that currently sit within Public Works and WPCA and pull them out. Those would be things like MS4s, SWIPs, so a lot of the reporting requirements that sit with WPCA, dam emergency action plans, those kinds of things. So basically, the reporting coordinator, albeit a new role, would have basically 3 primary responsibilities. The first one is to manage all of the reporting required for the town as it relates to state and local requirements. A lot of environmental things like that. The second piece would be to assist in projects, to be a project coordinator, whether that be help manage invoicing, processing, making sure meetings are being scheduled, getting progress reports out, things like that. Not a direct project manager, but someone to help with the coordinated efforts and some of the management, the day-to-day management of projects as it relates to things like scheduling meetings and things like that. The third piece is to ensure that we are searching for and applying for all the grants that we can possibly find for initiatives that we are hoping to achieve going forward. I think we've always spread that out. We've talked about grant writers for a long time. But that reporting coordinator would have those 3 responsibilities. This concept has lots of questions that come along with it. There will need to be certainly discussions with the broader WPCA board, which I hope to do next Monday. Monday. Yep. So, and go through some details. I have written job descriptions for each of the new roles and the modified roles. So there would be some other modifications that layer in here. But I've gone through and drafted new job descriptions for some of these. Love your thoughts.
Where do I start? Hopefully you wrote down a lot of my questions already, right? We've talked about this.
Yep.
I I can see the need for a reporting coordinator to take some of the reporting heat off. I think Ed did some of that. I think some of it fell under, certainly WPCA had their own reporting. Highway had their own, so I can see where that might take some of the weight off. I quite frankly, reading the job description for the I want to say 30,000 foot view. I don't like the idea of combining them. I have questions about the commingling of the funds, and my biggest questions are, if you just look at the list of essential functions of what this new proposed position would be, I don't think one person can do all that, quite frankly. And if they do that, to me, that's $150,000 to a $200,000 position. That's a lot to manage. And I just don't know that one person can handle it. I don't think, nothing against anyone that may be in line for this job, but I think if we're going to take on something this enormous, I think we owe it to the town to go out to bid on the position to see if there's someone willing. I think I don't know what price range you're thinking in here for this position. You didn't list that, obviously, but I think it's a lot to chew for one person, honestly.
My first question when I read through this was, is this going to save the town money?
No. It's not going to cost the town money if I can pull it off the way I anticipate, but it will.
I don't see how it doesn't. Honestly, you're creating what, 3 new positions?
No, Two.
You have
3.
3, right?
One's modified and one is a combined and one is net new.
The crew leader and the WPCA assistant superintendent, do they have those positions now, or those?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep. So everything below Public Works, everything including Public Works, crew leader and WPCA assistant superintendent exist. Everything from there down. No change,
and their responsibilities would maybe
not change.
not change to offload the, the superintendent a little bit in those are they supervisory positions?
They are.
Okay.
Yep.
Thought I saw some overlap here of responsibilities. And I thought it was in the superintendent. I'll have to look. But some of the reporting requirements that you have the coordinator doing are also listed in job descriptions for one of the other positions.
So these are drafts. They are certainly open for review, discussion, modification. If that's the case, if you're looking at the public services superintendent and there's reporting requirements in there, then that needs to come out.
Okay, I appreciate their drafts, but for everyone's edification here who may be listening and the people in the audience, I would like to rattle off the list of essential functions of this new position.
Go ahead.
Planning, scheduling, inspection, the work of skilled and semi-skilled subordinates engaged in maintenance, construction, repair of streets, gutter, sidewalks, catch basins, storm, sewer drains, and public work duties. That's obviously the highway side of it. Directs, delegate maintenance operation, including but not limited to resurfacing, repairing, sweeping, grading roads, upkeep of roads, trees, drainage systems, bridges, public works equipment. Responsible for WPCA, snow and ice control operations, response to emergency calls on a 24-hour basis, providing crew as needed services required, schedules and oversees the construction and repair of town-owned concrete and asphalt sidewalks, installation of signs, construction, road, bridges, walls, fences, or town streets, supervises the transfer station operations, coordinates with Park and Rec Director to ensure all parks are maintained and suitable for use, deploys public works personnel to maintain parks, directs WPCA personnel in operations to ensure daily operation and maintenance, directs process changes to stay in compliance with NPDES permit or any other requirements, ensures plant compliance with all federal and state laws and regulations and permit requirements, issues permits for sewer connections, maintains certification requirements through Connecticut per Connecticut Deep and EPA or town standards, conducts and assists in sessions of safety methods and other on-the-job training, maintains records, prepares time, costs, equipment specs, and other reports as detailed or required, inspects trucks and machinery to ensure timely and adequate operator maintenance is performed, ensures that timely minor and major repairs are conducted on equipment as required, schedules projects, equipments, crew assignments, and materials on a monthly and a weekly basis according to the town project priority list through the use of a task management tracking system, access the tree warden, assigns the weekly work schedule, monitors and coordinates adjustments to the work schedule as needed, encourages participation in teamwork among all employees in the highway department, active participant in the safety committee, proactively works with the first selectman board of finance to develop funding plans for large projects, develops and is responsible for yearly budgets, performs other duties as requested. That is a lot for one person. I get it. You just kind of combine two positions and the responsibilities as a part of your draft as a place to start.
Yep. And there's a lot of things in there that
I don't see how we hire someone or promote someone into that, all that responsibility at the same kind of pay that I think you're thinking. I don't see where it saves us money. And I think
I didn't say it was going to save money, Mike.
okay, I think my whole point of reading that was so everyone could hear what the responsibilities of one person would be. I don't know. For me, that seems like a lot.
Do you know any other towns that have a similar model?
Yes and no.
Okay,
There are towns that have a similar model, but they also have another entire layer below that.
Okay.
But they're also bigger than we are.
thank you.
And the number of people, those two, like crew leader and the assistant on WPCA side down, it's like twice as big.
Back to the question of where the money comes from, because everybody knows WPCA is their own taxing authority.
Mhm.
Now they pay the WPCA superintendent's salary as a part of their, how do you break it down between the town and the WPCA? Is it a 50-50 split? And my other concern is we're going into a period of a 5-year upgrade, at least to the WPCA. That superintendent of WPCA is going to be real busy, I would imagine, helping manage that upgrade to the sewer plant. Is the highway side of things going to suffer as a result? And I see a lot of issues with combining the two positions. I don't remember all the other concerns. I think you wrote
So-
them down or.
I think your comment about funds, commingling of funds is multifaceted. I'll say that. Yes, it's about equipment for sure. But I also think there's an opportunity to ensure we're streamlining what we're doing from an equipment perspective. So I think that cuts both ways. Certainly, when you think about the salary question that you just had, yes, we have some real questions to answer there. I don't have all the answers and I don't have all the questions. So I'm starting here with this board to say, can we consider this? Should we consider this? If so, let's get all the questions out. I will have the same conversation with the WPCA board, of course, commission, to start to understand, what are the barriers here? And I hear you that one big barrier is it's a lot for one person.
Yeah, I appreciate your thinking outside the box and trying to do things to, to streamline and combine and share assets. But I mean, is there a reason we couldn't share assets now? I mean, is it because the funds are separate and they own their own equipment and we couldn't cross boundaries with that, or does that happen anyways? I don't know. My place to start certainly is, I think you need to start with the WPCA to see if this is something they're even interested in. I mean, that's the first place to look, and then bring it back to us, and I'd like to hear what they have to say, you know, through you. We don't need to, I could certainly follow you to the meeting on Monday, but
Okay. I can
I
do
think
that.
we absolutely owe them an opinion on this before we move. But then they say, I don't know if I support the overall plan. Said, I don't have a problem, because I know how important a lot of that reporting is. And right now, if it's not getting done by the highway superintendent or the WPCA superintendent or the transfer station, I don't know who handles that, or who that's under, or what reporting they have. But if that's not getting done, maybe it makes sense to bring on a reporting coordinator to chase grants and do other things. And that's no easy task in itself, but I can see where we need to make sure that stuff gets done, even if none of the rest of it happens. So I think I
We-
would support.
We have to make some decisions when it comes to that stuff because it's not getting done. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, so I
Between
That's-
MS4s, stormwater pollution prevention, dam stuff,
Yeah.
water collection, all that, water testing, all that stuff is just, I don't know if Ed was trying to do all that himself or what.
I don't know, but when you say dam reporting and dam issues, it seems to me those dams are all federal dams, right? Don't they report to themselves, or do we have reporting of our own, or are we talking about smaller dams?
I'm talking about
not the
small
major
dams,
dams.
small dams.
So the Nystrom's dam that's
Nystrom's.
in the town of Litchfield that
Yes,
that we own.
that ship has sailed.
Yeah, it's sailed. I would say, no, I won't say it, but I might at a later
We
date.
have other dams, other small dams we're responsible for. Nothing,
Okay,
only a couple of them rise to the occasion, but I'm just saying these
Yeah,
are all
okay.
things
I
that,
get it. So that reporting's important, and we need to make sure we're in compliance. So I can see where we need help in that area. I don't know if it calls for a complete realignment of. Well, I don't know that I fully support rolling the two departments together. I'd like to hear what WPCA has. At this point, if I had to vote right now, I'd vote against it, but I'm willing to listen to what everyone else thinks and reserve the right to change my opinion.
I'm not completely opposed, but I'd also like to hear from WPCA.
there's a lot of work that has to go forward. But if everyone's saying this is a no-go, I'm not going to spend any more time on this.
No, let's see what they have to say, and then we'll bring it up. Do you want to,
Nope,
we just said we're going to discuss it, right? So
Yep.
it can just be carried over as on the next agenda. We don't need to table anything.
okay. All right, let's go to board commission appointments, resignations. First is resignations, of which we have two. Joe Aniki from Greenway and Ernie Leclerc from Recreation.
Make a motion to accept the resignations of Joe Aniki from Greenway and Ernie Leclerc from Recreation.
I'll second it and ask that the first selectman send them a letter and thanking them for their service.
I shall.
Okay, not an email, a letter. Or both. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Make a motion to appoint Daniel Osorio to EDC, Chanel Dupre to the Library Board, Austin Frank to the Greenway Committee, David Chapinka to the Rec Commission, and Robert Norton Jr. to ZBA.
I'll second it and just question that these are all approved by the town committee?
They are.
And
I
they're
have
all
minutes to that effect.
Democrats filling Democrats, or what do we
There's a
have?
few unaffiliateds in there.
Yeah.
So
Austin
the
Frank.
unaffiliated seats, was the
Greenway.
Republican town committee given an opportunity to present someone for the unaffiliated seats?
Well, It was
No.
a
How does-
Dem seat.
It was a Democratic seat.
But there were Democratic seats, but you filled them with
Yeah,
unaffiliated.
we endorsed.
So
them.
that's all right. I'll second that. No
The
further.
the only one that you, I mean, ZBA, we have so many openings on ZBA.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
don't,
matter.
no further questions.
Okay, discussion? That was it.
No.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Tax refunds.
Let's see, make a motion to approve the tax refund submitted by the tax collector in the amount of $31.47 to Joseph Armstrong. In the amount of $2,042.96 to CoreLogic centralized refunds. In the amount of $2,515.48 to Cotality Refund Department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Communications, I don't have any that I haven't already shared.
I will say there was one on my plate here, but
Oh,
this is,
okay.
this is to Mike Burr, care for the Burr Memorial Fund, so it's not, I just didn't want anybody to think I was hiding correspondence.
Okay.
All right.
The fund that we have to go find? No, that's your fund.
Yeah, no, this is, I'm sure it's just a thank you letter for the $5,000 donation to the food pantry. But
Okay.
it's not germane to communications here.
Member comment?
No comment.
Okay. Public comment, we will start with those in the room and then we will move to the those online. Any public comment from the room? Yes.
Just a quick historical note, you were talking about the raffle from the high school. I do remember him coming last year or the year before for that. And I think the reason he came to the board of selectmen is because he does an official filing that requires the board of selectmen and the chief of police to sign off on it. I'm not sure if it's necessary, but that's why he came to us the last time.
Yeah, thanks for, I knew I'd remembered a fishing club, but I didn't remember why we were. So can we backtrack? I don't want to slow him down if he's having a raffle. Was the chief aware? Okay. Based on the public comment. I don't know how do we do this with Robert's rule? Go back. I don't want to slow the guy down on a raffle. I'll make a motion to approve the raffle for the fishing club.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right, sorry. Thanks, Jeff.
Any other public comment from the room? Amanda?
Library board to get 7 letters of endorsement from current friends or library employees. I just want to present to you.
Is that going to change our mind?
These are very good. Copies for you to share. Sorry, I don't like to waste paper.
Any other public comment? Okay, let's move to the online. If you are online and you would like to make any public comment, please feel free to unmute and make your comments. Anybody? All right, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So
So-
Burr motions to adjourn.
Campbell second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.